me talking
Now
like
I see
an
the
a-hole.
numbers.
Testing.
Hey.
Hello?
Hi.
Check.
The YouTube thingy seems to think we're maybe live.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah, I gotta pause your stop. Don't.
Pause my stop.
Whales and
don't.
spit. Whales and spit, boys.
Why are you telling me that a thing I don't want to do is disabled and covering the thing I want to do with a notice that the thing is disabled?
What?
I couldn't care less.
What did you just say? I don't even know.
I have no idea what he just said.
I'm trying
That
to
was
pause
another
our uploads to Riverside so that we get better thing.
right.
And there was
language.
a
Mine
little
says
pop-up.
upload paused.
Yeah, mine says upload.
It was a pop-up that was all, you can't do this other thing. And also, you can't see the pause button. Oh,
Life's
wait.
tough, man. Life's real tough.
There we go. We're doing it now.
Good.
No, we're not.
Are you
What is it?
man? What is happening?
I'm tired. I'm like barely awake. There it is.
Oh.
God. You gotta look more down and less to your right, Wade. There you go. That's cool. That's cool.
This is cool. I have like 80 chins. I'm getting dizzy and my neck hurts. Can't do it.
Beautiful. So amazing.
That's right. Okay, everyone, shut up. There we go.
Jeez. All right, man.
Hey, they listen. We tell them they listen, man.
I want you, anyone who's listening to this, wherever you may be in the world, to give me a prompt to put into this text box.
Any prompt.
Any prompt.
How are we gonna know what's a prompt versus what's just them?
Just give me a sentence of something.
I think they want you to put
paint me.
hello in, Mark.
Hello. Okay. Hello. Sure.
What is that going to generate?
I saw whales and spit, but sure, I guess we can go with that.
Yeah. It's kind of cute, actually. It's kind of cute. It's weird.
Wait,
I don't know.
How are we sharing this?
I'm gonna drag this. Oh, I'm not in OBS, right? Oh, how do I?
You at the bottom of the Riverside thing. There's like a share screen button.
Oh, I don't want to share my whole screen.
Oh god, it's so big.
Well,
Man.
that's a
Here.
problem.
No, I'll hold it on my phone, and I'll put it on
perfect.
my phone.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll hold my phone up. Goodness, this is really.
This is a good plan. I like this plan.
This is thrilling. I know.
We're professionals.
We're so.
For anyone who
professional.
doesn't know what Mark is doing right now,
there it is.
it's like
I
a
like the
little
little
album art.
heart demon slippers it's wearing.
Yeah. Hello.
That's adorable.
Hello.
Hello. So yeah, welcome to the terrifying world of AI image generation. All of you who are currently practicing your art, putting hours into your craft, give up now. It's over.
Yes,
Game
we never
over,
have to deal
everyone.
with artists or their rate. We can pay the AI and exposure like we always wanted to.
There you go, man. I haven't added a single thing to this. This is just the tools that Riverside gives you.
And I just want to what was the input that they did on the corridor video that just spit out? What was the name of the artist? I can't even remember.
Oh,
Him?
yeah. No, you got it.
Yeah, him. Yeah. Him.
I put Tim.
Okay.
put him.
Greg Rutkowski. Okay,
Yeah, that's
I'm
the
gonna
one.
try that. So, and this is not with the most advanced painting of a burly man by Greg Rutkowski.
Is this in the thing in Discord? Is that what you're using right now that you have?
I'm not using the thing in Discord. This is the one you can download onto your computer. You don't even need an account. This is something. Okay, well that didn't. I might not have the right one.
This AI, I don't know who Greg Rakowski is.
We got discount AI. We had AI at home.
Rutkowski. I misspelled it. I'm gonna assume that's the only thing.
Yeah, it was like, oh shit.
We should low-key get a studio. We should get a studio. We should meet up every Tuesday in what's between San Francisco, Los Angeles, and Cincinnati, like St.
It
Louis.
should probably be in either San Francisco or LA. That sounds convenient for everyone.
St. Louis.
That would be nice.
I don't want to go to St. Louis. And that's
Every
not in
Tuesday,
the
we get
middle.
up, we
That's
drive to
close
St. Louis, we
you.
record, we go home.
What, are you
So
cheating the
this is-
system?
This is the what came up from me putting that into the AI.
Oh my god!
No, I just said a burly man.
I will punch you.
I will punch you. You will be punched. But it made that in about 5 seconds. Is how long it took to make that.
I wish my artists were that quick.
Oh, I don't have a sound for that.
Well, wish no longer, my friend, because the wild world of image generation has come to sweep us all away from everything we know and love. Everything we have is going to be thrown away in the trash, and all humanity will be expunged from the art world forever.
Thanks, NASCAR.
Hey, all right. Sponsored by NASCAR.
We got that sound, so I felt like I had to work it in. Sorry. Sorry.
Can we pay you an exposure AI?
Brought to you by NASCAR.
What?
I don't think that's set to what I thought it was set to. Never mind, AI. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The only reason I bring this up is just because it's something that's been on my mind a lot lately, just in how these computer systems, which I put AI in a big old quotes here, they're neural networks and whatnot, and models that were created over many equivalent years of training, but you know, they are now approaching the point where it is becoming rapidly terrifying for people out there in the creative space. And this is what we talked about in a previous episode of Distractible, exactly this thing. And I keep bringing it back up, not because my memory's failing me and we're becoming very old.
We are getting old. We should talk about that.
That's today's episode that we're recording after this.
We do got to do that. We got to make that an annual thing. Like,
do a podcast together too sometime.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be real good. But the impending doom is almost upon us.
Oh.
Literally, some of the works of art that this thing can make are nearly as good as what a artist could make with years and years of training. Obviously, it's not perfect, but the fact that a general person like me, I downloaded and I set this thing up, not with the face training where I could put you guys' faces in it, but I set it up in about 30 minutes while we were talking before the stream. That's how quick I set it up. And all of a sudden, I'm able to crank out pretty much whatever I want. That is kind of scary. This
is amazing, actually, because if they can do that with art, they could probably do that with other things. So we're close. We already have that great Mark voice mod. So now all we need to do is feed it to an AI that watches all of your videos and interprets what you say and how you act. And then someone can just be like, hey, here's some money. You retire. I'm going to have this AI make your content for you. And then we sit back with our bags of money and we buy, I don't know, Kit Kat bars. And the AI does all of our work for us.
Yes.
Why are you and I wealthy in this hypothetical situation where Mark is replaced?
It was my idea, and therefore we get a cut of Mark's wealth.
Am I do I get a cut of anything that's your idea in the world? Is that some sort of deal we've struck?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
I feel like
the flip side is you also pay for all my bad ideas equally with me too.
Yeah, well, that's true. Also,
New mile next, anybody?
No one at home knows what that means.
They'll wonder.
Say that. You can't just throw that out like it's an established thing that everyone will be like,
they know.
How could an AI come up with stuff like that? It couldn't. It never could.
I'm the anomaly they can't solve.
Yeah, exactly. But this has happened. The reason I bring this up is because just recently, James Earl Jones signed a deal with Disney. Maybe not even recently, but I just heard about it recently.
Yeah, it was announced recently.
He signed away his voice, the voice of Darth Vader, to Disney to recreate with AI in perpetuity.
That's a long time.
I know they wouldn't make anything official with it, but I would just love, like, the next Star Wars thing that has Darth Vader. He's just all, Luke, I am your father. Like, oh my god.
And it does the little mumbling bits too.
Yeah. So I walks in, he's like, ignore him. Darth Vader is getting a little Alzheimer's-y. It's fine. You know what he means. Just listen to the between the lines, you know.
He's got that space dementia. He's not the Force is not with him anymore, if you know what I'm saying.
The Force has moved on. It's not his fault.
I don't know why the way you're talking, Bob, reminded me of the old dude that sells stuff in the Star Wars Christmas special that probably no one has seen. That's the guy I thought of. For anyone that knows, the old man who like comes in like Rodney Dangerfield cracking jokes. I don't know why.
Like Rodney Dangerfield?
Kind of, yeah.
Is that what you thought he sounded like? I didn't.
No respect. It doesn't sound like him. He just like has the same
respect to the spaceport.
The spaceport.
I forgot he was from Brooklyn.
Yeah, no, that's how he talks. Little known fact.
Give him a hot dog and some coffee at the spaceport.
Look at this dog. I just typed in a digital painting of a dog, and look at this freaking dog I just put in Discord. Is
this one of the ones that like actually just takes someone's like I've seen where that like it takes other people's art, but like it's pretty much very similar to like an existing piece?
I mean, yes. If we're talking about neural network based art generation, that's the only thing this is. There's no like artificial intelligence in terms of it takes the words you've said and imagines something. The way neural networks are trained is they look at tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, however many they could manage, because the more things it looks at, the more it has to reference and the more accurate it will be able to like create a dog or whatever. It's looking at other people's art and style and technique choices and whatever, and stealing that and just recombining things. So like Mark was talking about on the, if you reference a specific artist, it narrows down what it's sampling from to that specific artist, and is actually taking not maybe exact images, but is taking style choices, line art choices, filling and shading and whatever, all these things in artists that is an artist's signature. It just straight up copies.
Yes, exactly. Because that's all it really does. It just knows what that style looks like. The way a neural network works is, and I think like Bob, you know this to some extent, Mandy knows this to some extent, like but just like it basically is a black box of neural connections with random numbers and weights associated to each connection, and as you put something in, it spits something out, and it tests that based on the original image or its test qualifications, and it slowly gets better over a very long period of time trying to get there. So it gets good at copying things if that's its intention.
Well, and that is
jocks at our high school.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Copy.
That's a badly trained AI there that's not able.
All right, there we go.
That made it funny. There you go, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think what you're getting at, though, Mark, is it's an interesting discussion around this sort of stuff in terms of like, is it a copyright violation, or is this any different than a human artist who really likes a specific style or artist or genre or whatever, and learns by looking and maybe tracing, practicing, copying drawings just to learn, right? Not putting them out or selling them as their own. But then they create work where they have effectively trained themselves, not the same as, but not unlike an AI who's trained on a certain thing like drawing or painting or whatever, and creates their own unique works, specifically borrowing the exact same things that the AI borrows.
Yeah,
borrowing the choices and the techniques that someone else uses. Is it different? Is it different because it's not a person doing it? It's a very complicated thing. I don't have an answer. That's like a big question.
It's tough. It's really tough to say, and I'm not qualified to speak about it. We're only qualified to really make dick jokes about it. But the good news, and tying into that, is that with this AI generation in everyone's hands, suddenly everyone is able to get the AI to draw dicks. And I can put in here a digital painting of a dick by Greg Rutkowski. This is not as much good news as I think I intended it to sound like, because
can you have it render a dick, but render it censored or pixelated or something?
Okay, a digital painting of a censored penis by Greg Rutkowski.
Okay.
I don't know what this is going to do. I'll just put the raw result here.
Who's good for dicks when there's boobs in the world? I don't get it.
What?
Nothing. Continue.
But whoa!
Is this showable on stream?
No, but I'll show it to you guys. Whoa! Whoa!
That's what I'm talking about, but also whoa!
Let me try that again.
That's a censored dick?
That's what the AI thinks. A digital painting of a
That is the definition of a paper bag on the head.
God! Oh my God! Here comes the next one. Get ready.
I wish we could show these on stream.
Is that man eating an axe?
Dude.
Look at that little leggy.
Oh man, these
man.
are awful.
What
These are
the fuck? God, well, that one you could, I guess, show
technically
on
you could.
stream.
I mean, up to you, man.
Hey,
up
Frank
to you.
Gradkowski has outdone himself.
Frank.
What's his name? Was it Frank Gradkowski?
Can
know,
you
but-
paste those in the Distracted Ghosts Discord or something?
Oh man, no.
I know,
I don't
if you're-
think
if you're in
so.
the
They're not ready
Discord-
for that.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Oh God, wait. I'm not even gonna paste that to you because
All
it
right.
actually did a penis.
To give you a little bit of no, post it. Put it in our
God, I
private
don't- you
DMs.
don't
I
want-
want to see it.
All right, it's going to
wanna
private
see it.
DMs. Here we go.
I want to see it. To give you a little
It's-
context, Chad. The first one has boobs and is relatively normal-ish, but it's a little weird.
The neck up is not. It's a horror movie from the neck
Yeah,
up.
the horror
the
movie
second
from the
one
neck up.
has a dude eating a piece of wood, and then he has one big leg with one little side leg coming off of it, and there's no penises, but he has like an under nipple scar. I don't know what's happening with these.
Why is there blood on the tip? And look at his hand.
Why is the third one is a guy.
That
With
was
a
the
penis?
most.
He's like waving at his boner, and there's like blood on the tip, and his hand's all fucked.
Oh, that's a funny thing too. The AI in general still has no idea what the fuck to do with hands.
Yeah.
If you ever get to play around with Dolly or with any of the current AIs that are out, try and get them to draw, especially hands like clasped or holding things. There's just going to be some extra fingers in there and some shit that really doesn't make any sense physically or because of the hands are amazing.
I know a lot of artists like complain about how hands
What
are
if you
tough
just
to like
prompted-
master, so the AI agrees.
to just give you hands.
Okay, a digital painting of a hand.
No,
Like-
hands.
Okay, just
Not
hands.
a hand, just
Oh,
hands.
of hands. Just hands. The prompt. Nothing else.
Just hands. You could do it in Greg Frukowski style or whoever. From now.
From Kowski's. Go
Whatever
Frank.
his name is.
Frank. In Frank style.
Frank, classic
Give me-
Frank style.
Give me
Was
the
it-
Frank special.
Was it Olaf? What was his name?
Olaf?
Greg Rakowski, the name we've been saying over and
Oh,
over again.
I combined the two into Gradkowski. It's Greg Gradkowski.
Mm,
You need to work on your neural network. It needs a little more training. This is what hands gets. And this is what just hands with no other prompting gets.
What the shit's the thing above that? Is that an ass boner?
That was also censored penis. The
Oh.
one above the hands.
I didn't
So you
see
know.
that. It
Okay, I'm
looks
just
like
gonna focus on the hands.
looks like a Hershey's Kiss with some kind of extra thing on top of it, but it's made of flesh. Ooh, I like that second one. Those are hands.
Those are hands there. So this is not. God, I hope I swipe the right direction as I show my screen here. That's the hands.
You want to play the most dangerous game?
It's really butted right up to an unreversible mistake.
So AI isn't just about image generation. It's about voice, recreation. And if you guys have seen any of Corridor's new show, Son of a Dungeon, it has a narrator in the beginning of that show that sounds like an old British dude. That is not an old British dude. That is, I believe, Sam recording his voice and then using an AI to change his voice into that of an old British man. Literally.
Have you ever heard of the ship of Theseus?
Is that your old British man?
No, that's you. Don't you remember saying that? That's you.
Oh, right. When you guys did my.
I don't know if that
voice
ad
in
came
AI,
out or
right.
not, but
I'm
we
not.
have-
Yeah, I'm not sure when that ad comes out, but it's gonna be a banger. Have you heard of the ship of Theseus?
Yeah.
Mark was sick with COVID. We needed him for a recording, so we found Mark at home.
Yep. You sure did.
We made our own, Mark. Yeah.
But anyway, so that's the wild world of AI and how it's coming to take all of our gerbs.
And if you want to see a representation of what extremely powerful computers are capable of doing, Mark referenced Corridor Digital. Go to youtube.com/Corridor Digital. One of their most recent videos is them playing around with the ability to put your own likeness or your friends, like, or your actors or whomever likenesses into an AI, and then create images that are you. Like, they made stuff like Sam from Corridor Digital as Kratos from God of War, or like they created characters where it was like Sam, but he was an old creepy wizard, or things like this. It's an unbelievable video, and that Nico made some really, really, really cool stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just gonna get crazier like this year alone has had so many advances in terms of like image generation and AI things. I've started using Novel AI, which is a writing AI. Almost every day I use this for several hours a day. It's starting to become part of my writing process. And it's only going to get more accessible to everybody when all these computers that we have, like we thought the computer was like, oh, it's all going to be on the cloud. We're all just going to download our computers to our phones, and wherever we open up a monitor, we have our computer to connect to the cloud. That still might happen. But now, you won't even need to do anything because you could just ask for it and whatever you have. Yeah. They could steal our likeness, or we could upload our likeness, sell it, and then retire, and then an AI of me with my voice and my personality would be making FNAF videos for the end of time.
Who is calling you about what?
Yeah, whoever is buying my likeness.
Oh, that's optimistic.
Greg Radkowski, call me.
Frank Fralisky.
Frank Fralisky, put down the whiskey and give me a call. Come on, man. I need this. Yeah. Anyway, everyone feels scared. Everyone properly terrified.
I do think it's cool. I think the opportunity for an artist to be like, gosh, shit, I need a character real quick for this thing, to use AI to help them. Pretty sweet. Or to create like scenes or backgrounds, because I'm sure that drawing a background is not necessarily super exciting depending on what a specific artist does or likes to do. The idea of using, like you're using the writing one, the idea of using art generation as an assist might be cool, because I'm not smart enough to define it, but there's got to be something about a real hand drawn by a human thing that has some sort of life or characteristic that the AI can't capture yet. Yeah. Or might never capture.
There are absolutely equivalents in the world. I think they were talking in the discussion in the comments of the Corridors videos, because they asked people to like give their input on it. And an equivalent was like when back in the day, everything had to be sewn by hand. That was an example. There was the people that sewed things and like made rugs and carpets and clothing and fabrics. They were artists. They weaved it together by hand with hand looms. Then came machinery that was able to do it automatically. And so suddenly all these artists of the thread and whatever was their medium were pushed into a complete irrelevancy, and they could no longer make a living out of it. And yet, down the road, it came back full circle, and now, even today, handmade things are at a premium. Always. If you get something that's handmade, handcrafted with care and love, and it's not machine automatically made, it has a greater sense of value just because people know that someone took the time and that person had to elevate their craft to a certain level. I don't know if that's exactly going to be how it is with this, but at the same time, I feel like there's always going to be, so long as there are humans, there will always be humans that appreciate what humans do. I think anyway. It just might be less. So that's
a good thing we're coming to an end.
Huh?
What?
Hey, did you hear that they launched a $300 million satellite at an asteroid?
Yeah. I did hear about that.
It's because they know there's actually one heading to Earth that's going to end us all, and they have to test it now, but they don't want to let us know.
There probably is.
So yeah, Liv Tyler and
Branks Wallace is going to say us. Don't worry.
What's the other guy? What's that makes out with Liv Tyler?
Longplow is going to get in the spacecraft and save us.
Bruff Implac is also going to be there.
Implac,
yep.
Yeah.
Did you just make the name of the movie part of the man's name?
My names are AI generated.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. But that was very cool. Yes.
Wait, we're talking about AI, and you know what I love as much as AI, or possibly more?
Us?
What?
Your friends?
TikTok.
Okay.
Ooh.
I found a new TikTok And I know you guys always love my TikTok updates.
Sure.
Oh, don't make sound. That's not what I want from you, TikTok.
Time for Bob's TikTok updates.
I found a guy who uses AI to make book covers and album art. And so this is just a pause in the middle of one of his TikToks. He types in things. He uses Dolly, I think, or Dolly 2. And he types in book cover art for a book about frogs. And it makes stuff like this. And it's fucking
Rogged of Ford Rogs 4.
The AI does not know what to do with words, but oh, hey, that's probably private. Hang on, let me just turn that do not disturb on real quick.
Can we see that one again?
That's not what I'm trying to share. But it knows words belong on book covers, and so if you say like, there's one he does for crabs. Oh, here we go. Here's a. Oh no, pause.
Shampoo or shaving, but probably both.
Oh, here we go. There's one for salamanders. And you can just
Saruman Crandlorax Satan.
You can just see that the AI was like salamanders. Lots of S's and N's and ERs. Samand Crandlorax Saladin. So close. But the account is called Eli_other, and I fucking love it.
You just want to go froping later?
It's so dude, I love frogs.
I frope on occasion. I've been known to frope.
It's great.
Better make sure it's not a real word before I agree.
Anyway, that's my TikTok update. I know everyone looks forward to when I share the new TikTok thing I found. So
Google said, "Did you mean groping?" So we're safe with froping.
Yeah, we are.
I don't know if we are. That sounds like a weird
Absolutely.
modification of groping to me.
All right. Are you guys ready for the news?
Play your news thing.
What's the intro for it?
That I'm sure you have.
Turned around.
And
I saw a news story that turned around my thoughts on turning around.
That's just noise. I don't know.
I went searching for the truth.
You can have it.
Yes,
Here, have
excellent.
It.
Like a fool, I found it. But some truths are best left undiscovered.
Well, I turned around and there it was. It's bigger than I could have imagined.
The hikers claim that when they turned around, it seemed as though their friend had simply vanished.
When I turned around, my whole farm was gone. I don't believe in ghosts. But when I turned around, I couldn't explain what I was seeing.
This is Morbid Mysteries of the Missing Millennium. Viewer discretion is advised.
I love that voice so much, Mark.
I don't believe in ghosts.
I don't believe in ghosts.
I don't believe in ghosts. I'm so glad you like it. That has staying power. That news broadcast. I swear I'm gonna make another one, but I keep futzing with AI before these things.
You'll turn it around.
Get AI to make you one.
Yeah. Anyway, the Brattleboro Reformer reports.
Okay.
I'm never going to pronounce that one right.
I don't know where Brattleboro is, but the Brattleboro
New Mexico
Reformer reports, quote, Christ, quote, storms out of court hearing. Defendant faces charges for 5-day standoff. Christ as in Jesus Christ. Okay?
Sure.
Any questions?
Jesus was involved in a standoff in Vermont.
Yes.
What is a standoff? Is that like where they're like both just standing ready to like old Wild West shoot, or is that like they're inside the house like just like a pause, like they can't go in because there's like a hostage? What?
It's your imagination. Let it run wild.
I'm gonna AI generate a scenario here. You guys talk.
Okay. A Vernon man. Where's Vernon? I don't know where any of these.
Brattleboro is in Vermont. I
okay.
also found that. That's
okay.
Correct.
So maybe a Vermont man who's been in jail since a standoff at his home since last September, standoff at his home last September, and who previously told the court he changed his name to Christ, tried to argue that the court had no authority over him after he was asked by the judge about his psychological assessment. Quote, Christ, asked Windham County Superior Court Judge Michael Kanan, quote, did you receive a copy of the competency evaluation? Quote, listen, you are not going to use legalese against me, said Christopher Knutson, 49. You don't have the jurisdiction to do it. You've been given ample opportunity to make an allegation, and you know why you're not going to do it. So you do know full well what's going on. You're playing a dangerous game. End quote.
I've dealt with people like this when I worked at the courthouse. Like I know this person.
You do? You worked at the courthouse?
I did. I worked for a year. I worked in the federal courthouse.
Would you say you were friends with Christ?
No, I was on the other end. He walked in and we fucked Christ.
What the hell is going on at that courthouse?
Hey, what happens in the clerk's office stays in the clerk's office.
I don't know if it should, man. I feel
it was a classic clerk's office lampoon. He walked in and we fucked him.
You know,
and he had no idea it was coming.
It's a job that I don't know if I would wish on many unless you're really interested in the law. There are some things you deal with in the clerk's office that are really weird. The mail room, for example. God, we should finish this story. I'll go into that after.
All right, you sit on that. This is clearly more important than the story of the mailroom. Knutson appeared online Tuesday for a status conference from prison, where he's been held on $50,000 bail since September 7th, after he was taken into custody following a 5-day standoff. The multi-day standoff began in the late afternoon of September 2nd when deputies with the Windham County Sheriff's Office went to Knutson's Dunkley Drive home to confiscate his firearms, as was required in an abuse prevention order that was issued earlier that day. Knutson refused to turn over his firearms, and the result was a Vermont State Police presence at his Vernon home for the next 5 days until tear gas was used to flush him out on September 7th. At the beginning of the hearing, the judge read the case as State versus Knutson, then corrected himself. Quote, the judge said, "You prefer to be called Christ, correct?" asked Kanan. Quote, "It has nothing to do with preference," responded Knutson, who refused to answer the judge's questions. "I have been in good faith with you," said Knutson. "I have been doing everything that I can to try to get some information with regards to what you people are up to. But you're not reciprocating. Isn't that called bad faith? This is a sham proceeding," he said later.
I literally know people that have come in that have been like this, that like you ask a simple question like, "Did you get this thing?" Well. Did I get this thing? Which I are you referring to? The me of the day or the me of the morning? Like they will just like go off on some weird ass tangent to not answer, and then they present you with an incomprehensible series of words, and they're like, "You are acting in bad faith to I of the morning, aren't you?" And it's like, what? Did you get the paper? Did the paper arrive at your house? Oh, well, is it my house? Because the government actually says that they can take it back with eminent domain. Is it really mine? And it's like, did you get the fucking paper or not? Well, the paper, like, you can... I remember these people coming in that are so, like, wordy that you ask them a question and I don't know if something's not right or what it is, but, like, a lot of them consider themselves to be, I think it's called sovereign citizens. And I don't know, there's something in their brain that just does not compute with normal humanity, because they try to talk and it's like, dude, I'm just doing my job, man. I make $7 an hour. Did you get the fucking paper or not? There's 10 people behind you. I don't have time. Paper, have you this?
I couldn't possibly fuck all of you. Just give me your paper.
Oh, they're the worst to deal with. Everything you say, they're like, "Oh, okay, you're one of those government employees. Clearly, you're trying to manipulate me and trick me." It's like, no, did you get the paper? I just need to check a box. Did you get the paper? And I remember doing the census in 2010. I worked for the Census Bureau. I had to go like door to door to the people that wouldn't fill out their paperwork. And boy, oh boy, everyone who doesn't fill out their paperwork, a good 20 to 25% of them are that guy too.
I'm so sorry. I didn't even know you worked at a court.
Yeah, like whenever I was interested in law in college, I worked at the federal courthouse in the clerk's office for a while, and people would come in, they'd either pay fines or do whatever, and you'd get all kinds of characters. There were people that were dressed like stereotypical pimps, and it's like, are you actually a pimp? Is that what you got in trouble for? You can't ask them, but you look at them and it's like, dude, you have a frilly leopard hat and a cane. You've got to be, right? But you can't ask. You got to like just treat everyone professionally, but in your brain it's like, who are you? I want to know your story.
Oh, fascinating. To close up this story, Knutson was he was assigned a public defender named Richard Amos.
Poor
guy. But Knutson told the court that he was seeking to represent himself. Later, Kanan asked the court to mute Knutson to prevent him from interrupting the hearing.
I love that. Everything is on Zoom now, so you can just be like, mute that a-hole.
Oh, King Titan's getting a lot of... I've never seen the... Never mind. King Titan, thank you.
When the hell could you gift memberships?
I don't know. I've never seen that before. I don't do YouTube a whole lot, though, so...
That was not a thing.
That you know of.
No, I just did a live stream over the weekend.
Mm-hmm. I thought most people were being timed out, but then I realized all those gifted memberships.
I didn't even know that was a thing. What the hell?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, thank you, King Titan.
All right.
Sorry, it just caught me off guard because I saw a bunch of like sideways stuff in the chat. I was like, oh god, why is everyone being timed out? Do we even have mods?
Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, so the public defender said a defendant who deliberately engaged in obstructionist conduct forfeits his right to... Oh no, the judge said to self-representation. The court concludes at least at this point that Mr. Knutson has done that before shortly after forcing the Windham County Public Defender's Office to continue to represent Knutson. So they made that poor public defender continue to represent.
That's awful, man. That'd be the worst part of that job. Of all the people you could defend, I'd rather defend a serial killer than someone like that, because at least a serial killer you can talk to. These guys are so distrustful of everyone, and they just talk nonsense to try to get out of answering any question.
Mm-hmm. And to that point, quote, "I'm going to assume that this is a kangaroo court," said Knutson during his April hearing, "and I'm going to assume that Satan is running this. I don't feel like I'll ever get a fair trial. I'm being denied due process, and I'm going to claim that I'm being held as a political prisoner." The next quote is from someone else who said, "Let the record reflect that the defendant has stormed out of the room in the facility." And quote, "We will note that he left," said Kanan the judge. That is the story of this representative of Christ in this court, apparently. So,
I love courtroom interactions so much.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys ever interacted with someone like that, though, that just is so out there with everything they say?
I worked in the front office of a school. Are you kidding me? Every parent was like that. Even the most sane, rational people.
I assume you're Principal Satan?
Kind of. Even the most like mundane seeming people who come in and bring snacks for the class and do all this normal sort of whatever parody stuff, they seem totally chill. If something happens, and I will say I worked in a school in a district, it was a public charter school, so it was not part of the Cincinnati public district, but it was in Cincinnati in an area of it's in the area that I lived in at the time, but it was like a relatively low socioeconomic area, and tons of like drug dealing and stuff going on. Lots of the kids that I worked with went home to like empty apartments because their parents were out doing whatever, and they basically fended for themselves. And it was a K through 12 school, so some of them were like second graders who fed themselves by going to the gas station and buying whatever. But some of the parents were chill. Like some of them were totally cool, except if their kid got in trouble, if they got into a fight, if they got caught with contraband or whatever, selling candy bars or whatever, stuff that you're not supposed to do as a kid at school. And they would lose their goddamn minds, and they would turn into that person. And it was completely insane. There are a couple pretty easy strategies when you're not in a legal context that can shut it down. But
I just guys going through a drive-thru. It's like, would you like fries with that? What do you mean with that? Do you mean with the burger I just ordered? Or is that some kind of hidden subtext as to some government thing I'm signing up for by paying for this meal? It's like, do you want fries or a salad? Oh, so I get to choose now. Oh, okay. So it's my choice whether I want fries or a salad. What if I want neither? What if I want something else? What if I just want my freedoms back? Dude.
It's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be okay. You're not there anymore, Wade. You don't have to be there once more.
The mailroom, I've told this story, I think, but the mailroom at the courthouse is on its own ventilation system. So that way, if someone sends like anthrax or something like bad or a bomb or whatever through the mail, it doesn't like infect the whole courthouse and kill the judges. So whenever the clerks go to check the mail, we have like masks and gloves and all kinds of stuff to access the mail. And a lot of the mail that we get is prisoner mail that are like trying to either file documents or else send messages to the judge. but some of the stuff we got would be like letters that have like weird stains all over them. And we had a toilet paper roll one time come in, and the toilet paper roll was pissed on, so it was all like completely solid and yellow and hardened or whatever, but we still had to process it because someone had written a murder confession on this toilet paper roll and then rolled it back up and then pissed all over it. But it actually detailed a murder that they had committed, and we had to process it because it was evidence.
That is awful. That is completely awful. And you got paid minimum wage to do all of that.
Actually, I think I got like $12 an hour, but yeah, it was pretty good back then.
That's good. That's good. Oh,
was it worth it to touch urinated toilet paper with a murder confession on it? I don't know, but hey, I did it.
That is horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Lots of that guy, lots of Nuttenberger or whatever, whatever his name was.
It's a Nuttenberger. So I have another small story just to add on to this, just to make it a little more delightful about how the rule of law does make things good once in a while. And this took place.
No, go ahead.
Shutting you down right there, Mark.
Involuntary. Sorry.
Let me just stop you right there. Oh no, it's this occurred this year. High school principal takes care of 12 horses, citing old Montana law. A Montana high school principal had his work cut out for him when 12 students rode their horses to school, and in accordance with an old law, he had to take care of them. Conrad Public Schools said that Conrad High School principal Raymond DeBrucker was required by law to take care of 12 horses because, quote, Montana has an old law saying if a student rides their horse to school, the school principal has to feed and tend to the horse throughout the day, the Facebook post said. The district said the principal had his work cut out for him tending to the horses throughout the day. So we would like to make a public service announcement here at Distractible that if you live in Montana and are going to school, ride your horse, and you will force your principal to take care of that horse for the entirety of your time in school.
I don't know if that's a good thing to.
Then stay for extracurricular activities and stay there all day, and the horse take care. You get a free horse after you buy it.
I don't know if that's necessarily true, but as this article was written May 25th of 2022, I do not believe that Montana law changes fast enough to get that changed at this time. So probably you guys can go ahead and get your horses, ride them to your high schools, tell them that Distractible sent you, and quote the law straight to their face, and then the principal would be forced to take care of them.
Hands up in chat. How many of you own horses and live in Montana and still go to school? Most of you.
What series of things did you just imply?
Listen, I'm trying to appeal to our audience.
I get he's trying to say how ridiculous the statement is that maybe someone here, but there are thousands of people here. You don't know that no one here. Who's here from Montana? Who here
Most
is
of them,
here?
I hope.
we have our entire audience centered directly
That's my main
in Montana.
demographic. Horse-owning Montanians.
That's who I target in my ad bursts. Like, my newsletter only goes out to horse-loving Montanians. Oh, there we go. See, me. Look at all these Montanians.
Why do you think Manscaped is one of our sponsors a lot of the time? Because
they're from Montana. Obviously.
Yeah. If you rearrange the letters of Montana, what do you get? Manscaped.
Mantona. Mantona.
Mantona.
Moana. Not. Got him.
Moana.
Also, I'm pretty sure they're called Montaniacs. You're gonna prefer
They're
the people of
Montaniacs.
Montana. You should use the right term.
Give your
right horses
put
on
the
their
rim shot,
backs.
the applause in there,
yeah,
Bob. That
yeah.
was a good one. That was good.
Bob, you're today's winner.
That's enough of that.
We also have big news if one of you guys wants to tell the big news.
You should do it, Mark.
Yeah, you should do it, buddy. Do we know this news?
I know the news to which you're referring, but I
me
want to give
too,
you
me too.
the honor.
Oh, okay, sure. It's just the news that, for all those who are upset that YouTube no longer had full episodes because we were employing some dastardly strategy to rapidly make us seem vastly more important than we were. Good news, gang! You guys don't know. Our episodes are coming back to YouTube!
Oh, yeah, at least for a short time.
Sure.
Yes, they are.
Why would you preface it like that?
I don't want to get their expectations too high.
At least one episode will definitely maybe come back to YouTube at some point. Not the next one.
Yes, but it's
one of them.
It's great news because we are. I know there's a lot of people that for some reason or another, it is just an incredible burden to go to these other any platform of their choice at all and listen to the podcast. But it will be coming back here again with all of the same love and care that it was there before. I think. Was it?
I never gave much care, but love, sure.
There was no love, very little care. We literally just slapped it up on the website.
That's the preface of how we do things.
That is how indeed we do things, but they will be coming back, and we're going to be giving you guys a lot more beautiful content rushing into your ears that you definitely couldn't have found anywhere else.
And all we ask is that you get every person in your life to watch and listen.
What the
all we ask. Everyone you know. Everyone you ever knew. Make them listen to Distractible.
Okay.
That's it. Easy.
Do I get a turn?
Yeah, you can go, Bob.
Fine.
Okay. As a companion to the controversy that surrounded the anger and outrage about us taking down the only way to listen to the podcast for completely free on the entire internet, we're also going to have official captions. That's not the right word. Official transcripts. They are being worked on, and they will be made available on like our website. So if you want to listen to this on any platform, even ones that don't offer that as a service, or if you want to listen to it on YouTube when that starts again, but not have to struggle with the confusion of what a YouTube auto-generated captions think we're saying, these are going to be hand transcribed, which does not mean there will be 0 errors, but they should be pretty accurate, and they will say who is speaking and all the sort of normal stuff that transcripts have. So if you need or want, or it's more convenient for you to have a transcript when you're listening, those will be available soon. They're being worked on, and they should be nice.
Yeah.
The only job worse than working at that courthouse and dealing with urinated toilet paper would probably be transcribing our episodes.
Well, it could be fun. Listening to it isn't that much of a burden. Why do you gotta make everything down, man?
My favorite part to transcribe is the ads. That's the best part.
That's gotta be pretty daunting. Yeah. But yeah,
Mark
I do
robot
remember.
voice. Ship of Theseus.
I don't even know what this. I gotta listen to this at some point.
That voice should just be labeled as Mark with a question mark.
Apparently, people in the chat were saying that those ads are out. So I guess that ad was posted maybe today.
Yesterday.
Right. What day is what year is it? Yesterday.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd kind of forgotten that was one of the other reasons people were upset, because YouTube did generate auto captions, and YouTube's captions are getting better because the AI systems behind it are
They're putting transcribers out of business too. AI, you're ruining everything.
They didn't pay transcribers very much anyway.
Oh,
which is not a great thing.
Nobody gets paid enough. We don't get paid enough. Everyone should get paid more.
We should all be
wealthy and rich.
We get paid good.
We as a collective, or we as in thee?
Who can you see in front of you right now? That's the we that we're talking about in this context.
I see a lot of people.
That's not good.
Do you do your videos in a live studio audience? Do you have just all your friends and family in the neighborhood?
Yeah, I invite them like, hey, can you guys just look really happy and cheery and like occasionally like thumbs up me so I can feel real good about myself?
A live studio audience that's never made a single peep.
Oh my god, man! I was recording an episode with Tyler. Also, thanks Wade for stepping in on that. But I was recording an episode of Go with Tyler, and he was telling me about how during COVID basketball games they would sell seats where you could have a cardboard cutout of yourself in the stands, and I swear I laughed for 5 minutes straight because at first I could not believe that was real, and then when I looked up the pictures, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it was so sad because it was just it was just like grandpa and grandma's selfie face just in the stands. Like,
there was a story, I don't know if it's true, there was a story that one of the players had gotten one of his girlfriend to be in the stands, and they had broken up before the game, but they had the cardboard cutout there for cheering him on. I don't know if that's true, but I had read an article about that.
God, man, I just can't believe I was just talking about like you slam dunk and you just go down the ground. You turn over like to the crowd and they're just and they play like fake. They might as well have had corpses just in the stands, and then you hear just like whoa.
That was the thing, man.
God, it must have been so weird. Like all these basketball players just felt like they were in a zoo, just like in an aquarium.
I like the idea. I know I watched a lot of hockey, and I like the idea during the pandemic seasons that they created a new job. It was someone's job to watch the game from the production booth and be on top of what sound should the spectators be making right now. Because at the hockey games, it would be like normal action, and it's like, oh, rumble, rumble, whatever. And then something would happen, and it would be kind of like, oh, yeah, back to rumble, rumble, rumble. Someone was just like a little excited. Ramp it up, ramp it up, ramp it up. Big cheer. Back to
so the
normal.
refs call like traveling on the home team. They're like, let's boo the refs whenever there's no one even here to actually boo. Boo. The refs like, I feel at home. Woo.
It's for the experience.
God, it's just like the players each get their own button, that they get a few limited uses for boos, timely boos. They can lead chants.
The coaches get the boo buttons. Something happens and the coach is like, dick.
The coach has a watch the replay. Watch the replay. Like, I don't know where that came from.
It was also really weird because in all those sports where there were no people and it was fake sound, every mic that was on anyone, like the courtside reporters or there's like a ringside guy on most hockey games, you can hear everything the players are yelling. So for a lot of it, it's just like you're in a gym and you're hearing people play a game, but something would happen and you could hear guys who were just like, fucking God damn it. And it's like, oh, you're not supposed to swear on TV. And you could tell the TV people, because that sound would cut out sometimes and it would just be dead silence with the commentators. You could tell there was someone who was censoring. He was like, oh, mute that shit. God, can't usually hear how much swearing goes on.
I want there to be cardboard cutouts of all the people that sit like right on the out of bounds, like their cameras and video cameras. And then there's like the lady that does the interviews. So like after the game, there's just a cardboard cutout of a lady holding a microphone and the player walks up like, yeah, Susie, I thought we played really well today.
It's a blow up doll. Like with a gaping mouth.
It has a Bluetooth speaker with a bunch of robo voice stuff. You walk up and it's just like,
microphone
how do
in
you
her hand.
think your defense worked in the second half? You know what, Suze? Wait, so
what
for the basketball, for the basketball, I know that on rare occasion, guys will go like leaping into the stands, and when it's people, they're all like, whoa, and it's fun, it's crazy looking. Are there any clips of dudes, jumping, trying to save it or whatever, and they just fucking own a bunch of cardboard cutouts?
Grandma gets split in half.
and they climb back onto the court, but then there's just like a body imprint in the audience of where they dove into the stands.
I don't know if I know, but I hope so.
That would be
really hope
awesome.
so. Yeah. You know that late at night, it's not like they pulled those people out of the stands every night, right? So they would just come out and just late night players just go in the stands like just cleaving heads right off of cardboard.
The guy mopping the floor like puts the guy down, like puts his arm around the girl that was next to him like, see, I knew you were better with me. You've always been better with me. Let's go mop the floor together.
Anyway, good times back in those days.
Yeah, lots of great memories, honestly.
Yep, absolutely. I saw a comment, Grandma got raptured. It's a little kid with like a kid cut out with a balloon, actual balloon, and then Grandma next to him, and just poof, and like somehow like the face on the kid goes for this to.
I wonder if anyone who made the cutouts had fun and like made little tableaus. Like one of the pairs of cutouts is like a guy on one knee proposing, and the girl is like really angrily looking away. I'm like, ooh, rejected.
Damn. We captured some of your favorite moments. Epic rejection.
They should have done kiss cams. Just go around in a bunch of cardboard cutouts, just like, And then you get to 1 and it's 2 cutouts kissing and you're like, whoa.
They should have all had the meme
setup.
of the guy with his arm around like the girl where he's like talking to her. The guy with the sunglasses. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like the cute blonde girl and the guy with the sunglasses. Like,
Oh yeah.
that should have been a staple in every stadium just to have that guy.
Oh, they could have done memes. They could have had Will Smith scattered around.
Yeah, absolutely. They
They
could
could
have
have
had
that-
it. Oh no, go ahead.
Well, it's too new of a meme. They could have that meme where the girl is like talking at her boyfriend's face from like 6 inches away, and it's always in all caps explanation of whatever thing.
Yeah. Or they could play a prank on the players and they play for like a minute, but all the cardboard cutouts shuffle a little closer. And they're like, yeah, and they turn around, they're a little closer. And, they're like, "Ah," and they keep playing, and then it's a little, then they're on the ring, and then they just start closing it around.
At some point during the back half of the game, a custodian holding a naked cardboard cutout comes out on court and is like, I'm freaking.
And the cardboard cutout security guy tackles him.
Come on, the random guys carry out security cutouts. Tackle him.
Are they like people holding them, or are they on strings just like run with like cable
Oh my
wire?
I think there's someone holding him. Just like holding it and running around.
Little slots open up in the floor, and it's like a weird diorama. The security comes out on their own little slot paths.
Oh man, God, that's really
See, this is
funny.
why we should be in charge of things.
Yes, absolutely. This is why we should be given power. This is why we should be given power.
Yeah. I feel like that's a strong conclusion.
Yep.
I don't know if that's at me or at the audience, but it made me uncomfortable too.
No, good.
Sponsored by NASCAR.
Thanks, NASCAR.
And that is it.
Yeah, I guess
For
we're
us to
done, huh?
end.
How do we end these? We just click the button and it awkwardly stops.
Yeah, I think so.
Makes
What
sense.
happened to
What
the
happened to
Raft
the-
playthrough?
yeah.
We're getting back into it, along with incredible Distractible promos. It's go time for Distractible again. You remember back when I was talking about it every week? Get used to it.
It matters again.
It matters again. It matters again. Actually, these guys here are going to be coming. Either we're all going to be going to LA, or we're going to be going up to San Francisco, depending on current
Just not
events
Cincinnati.
occurring.
Who would want to go back over there? That's not a good
Go
place.
back over there. Do you have a place where we could do a live stream together? Do you
I'll rent out a Skyline Chili.
I'm in. I'm fucking
Yeah,
in.
hell yeah,
I'm in
okay.
instantly.
Oh, an audio only coney eating contest.
Oh man, did you guys see the slander on TikTok just recently?
I did,
It was-
actually. I
You
did.
the chili dog slander.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait,
Like
did you
the
see
sexual
this?
one or like the Cincinnati style chili one?
What is the section? No, we don't have
What's the
time.
se-
We don't
yeah,
have time.
yeah. Let's not get into it. There was
Okay.
someone on TikTok. They made a video. It was a Skyline. It was talking about like pouring chili, on the hot dogs and then putting cheese. It looked delicious. But then there was that guy who
The guy who does that will be my big fat
that
ass.
would be my big fat ass. And talking about how that chili's too weak. It's runny. It looks like doo doo. It's like you have no idea.
Oh.
man.
The chili
You have
snobs are
no
like,
idea.
that's not Texas style chili. That's not even real chili. That looks like a soup.
Yeah,
Okay.
eat
I
it.
never heard you do
Like-
that voice before, and I think you should use
That's
it more.
that's my Texan voice.
That's your Texan voice.
Everything's bigger in Texas, chili dogs, actual chili.
Wow,
Yeehaw.
it's like I'm in Texas right now. I remember the three of us going into that Texas barbecue, and I thought you were a native when you ordered.
I'll have the brisket.
This isn't even real Texas style barbecue. I don't know what this is. This must be some of that North Carolina stuff.
Yeah.
I'm well traveled. I know a lot of
Character.
different cultures and a lot of different dialects. Everyone.
It's
Look,
so
if you-
good to be in the Berg.
If you can
At least
rent
I'm not
out, if you can rent out a Skyline that has fiber internet and soundproof walls, then we'll be there in a heartbeat.
We
In
should
the
get
meantime,
an isolation booth installed in an open and active Skyline and do podcasts like zoo animals while other people are eating their chilies.
like how some news shows do it on the corner of like New York City with the glass there.
Skyline
Set
would
up
hate
in-
us. Their
Set up
whole
in
shtick
front of
is
the
family.
windows and
They're-
do
they're
do
like
our
the
bit
ultimate.
outside, and everyone inside eating Cody's really messy. It's just like, is this on TV? I didn't.
They look so real.
There is someone that Amy was just telling me yesterday. There's someone that does I don't know what it is, but it's a podcast where they do it literally on a crowded street. I don't know if it's the same street or if they go to different streets, but they set up their podcast stuff outside and they just do it on the street.
I think I've seen that actually. I think I've seen TikTok clips of that. They're like in a park in New York City or something. I swear I've seen something like that.
Which is a cool concept, but at the same time, it's hard enough to get high quality audio. I think Will's head would explode if he got audio like out on the street like that.
Oh, your AC unit's touchy. Running, but also all of New York is screaming in the background.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just apply that noise reduction filter. That's what that's for, isn't it?
Today's episode is sponsored by Hot Dog. Get your hot dog. No, it's not.
God.
There's one thing I love more than his Texas accent. It's the New York one.
Coffee hot dog. That's all I got. Yeah. I'm walking here.
Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say this because I promised that I would talk about this. You guys at home know our lovely, lovely, lovely narrator, Baldermort. He has made another 2 channels, actually. He's made separate channels that expand beyond just Warhammer. He makes Warhammer videos on the channel Baldermort's Guide to Warhammer, if you didn't know. Incredible voice can be heard even more there, but he's made another channel called GK Natural History. If you go on YouTube and you look up GK Natural History, you will find videos where he talks David Attenborough style about the dinosaurs that once roamed the earth. And I'm looking at the channel now, and I'm very happy to say these videos are doing well, and they're getting plenty of views, but you guys can check out and listen to his delightful tones of his voice even further on his other channel, and another one called Living Mythology, where he makes videos about Greek and various other mythologies. Go check it out. He makes wonderful stuff.
I thought we worked him hard enough where he wouldn't have time for all this stuff. We really need to give him more lines, like 2 or 3 more lines.
Jesus. He's such a nice guy, though.
You know,
we'll show him.
You know, we don't give him shit, right? I think what happens is after Will edits together our video that we send him super late, he sends a draft over to Baldermort, who then listens to the whole thing and makes his own script. We don't get credit for any of that. He is part of what makes the show so lovable.
Let's misname the audio files and send him all of our YouTube videos too. Make him listen to all of it and figure out which one's distractible. We'll get him. We'll get you, Baltimore. We'll get you.
I don't like this.
What you know, we want to encourage and support him, right? Why?
Oh,
what do you want?
Chaos, pain, destruction.
Cool.
All right, cool. You heard it here, everybody.
What's the topic for today? I got bad news for you, Elias Ptolemy.
You're a little late to the party.
Yeah, I know. We're done. Yeah, so just that's it.
Everybody. Peace and stitches.
Hopefully this will be viewable as a VOD, or I'm not sure how to do that on YouTube, but I thought I did it, so we'll see.
Which way do you piece? Do you piece fingers out or fingers at yourself?
What?
What?
Which way do you piece? Like this? Like this?
This is British. Fuck you.
Oh,
this is peace.
Oh, is that? I thought it was. Oh yeah, no, it's. That's right.
You offer peace to someone else. You have to British fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I don't want to fight anymore. I think we should bury the hatchet. British fuck me. That's all I have to say about this. You know,
take me to the courthouse and fuck me. You know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Exactly how it is.
Take me to the clerk's office. Okay, we can get past this.
British fuck me, everyone.
I'm gonna end it now.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't, I'm just gonna click it. Bye,
everybody. I'm invited to this show. I wondered that from the start.
You raise a fair question.
Yeah, sometimes your AI model hits real nice. Other times, very questionable results. You know.
I have so much AI stuff to talk about. We should revisit this. Okay, we're leaving.
All right.